Good evening, guys, and happy Wednesday to all of your sunshiny faces. My goodness, guys, we were in a severe, well, no, we had severe thunderstorms like all day today, kind of sporadic, but on top of that too, we also were under a tornado watch for a good portion of the day. And funny enough, actually, in the evening, my dad ended up going to football practice, and he was like, oh, the coach was saying something about that there's, like we're under tornado watch until like, I don't know, 10 o'clock or something, like really late tonight. He's like, but there's a really bad chance at like, again, like more in the evening. And so I was sitting in my room shortly after my dad left, and I was like, oh yeah, the sky kind of looks, like cloudy again, because again too, this it get cloudy, it get real sunny again. And then I woke up this morning, it was raining and like thunderstorming, and so it was like completely like that all day today. So again, I see more clouds rolling through, and I'm kind of just like, okay, again, it's been happening all day today. But it was like, it didn't even start raining though, and I could hear what sounded like a tornado siren, and I was like, that sounds like a tornado siren, but it didn't sound loud enough. Like, again, they do like the Tuesday tests and all that kind of stuff, the first Tuesday of the month or whatever, and normally I can hear it, like it's really loud. And so I was like, okay, yeah, that's definitely not our town, or the one that's close to us, because I think we're like maybe about 4 blocks away from an elementary school, 4 or 5 blocks, something like that. And so I think that's the one that normally we can hear, like the tornado siren that's there. And so I was like, it doesn't sound like that one. Like, I know how loud that one normally sounds. It didn't sound like that. And so I ended up like looking, I checked on my phone, and it didn't say, it still said we were under a watch. Like, so I was like, the tornado sirens are going off, but yet like it's not for our area. So I went in the living room, because my mom and Jack were watching TV in there, and I was like, is there like a severe one, thunderstorm warning, or like a tornado warning, or something like that would be causing the tornado sirens to go off? And our county was under like the severe or was under a tornado warning, but it really, I looked on the radar, and it wasn't like our town. It just ended up like kind of going more above us and sort of below us as well. Like there was like 2 kind of like patches of like like the clouds kind of, or again, like on the radar, there was like kind of like, it ended up almost missing us. It barely even rained like while it was going off. Like I said, it kind of just looked like it went around us. And so, but that's why too, when I checked on my phone, it didn't say for our town, it was for our county. And that's why too, though, I heard that there was a couple of tornadoes that did touch down in our county, like in the area, really not too far away. Actually, the town over from us ended up having one like touchdown there, and so that was like, it was really close. But that's probably what I was hearing, because I was like, that like it sounded very faint, but I was like, it still sounds like I can hear it. And the other thing too is that I can hear when because we live like 2 blocks away from a park, like our big, like the big park, it's got the pool, all that kind of stuff, and there is a like a lightning siren that goes off from there. And sometimes if it's quiet enough, I can hear it, and or like if I have the windows open, something like that, I can sometimes hear it. And I was like, it doesn't sound like that though, because it sounds different than the tornado one. And I was like, I don't think that that's it. And so again too, it turned out there were tornadoes that ended up touching down. I'm not really sure like how much damage or anything like that ended up like coming from, again, if the tornadoes, I'm not even sure if they touched down for sure. I just know there was like funnel clouds and like things like that. But again too, that's probably why the tornado sirens were going off. It was like, it literally though just missed us, because there were clouds like on that side of us, and there were clouds like on that side of us. And like I was saying, it kind of, from what I saw on the radar too, is like just where we weren't getting like anything. So we like, then for like that specific storm though, we barely got rain. Like it drizzled a little little bit, but you could see like the clouds kind of all around us were like really ominous, but like it missed us completely. So like I said, it was pretty scary, but yeah, we had some pretty interesting weather today. Actually though, I had wanted to, since I was planning on not Monday, but I was thinking about it on Monday, wanted to get out to the gardens and try and do some weeding, just because some of the stuff looks like it could use a little, you know, a little freshening up. Again, I did it at the beginning of the year, but there, and my mom ended up, or Jack, I think, with her help, sort of ended up pulling some of this stuff out in the front flower bed for the 4th of July when my grandparents came. I think she was kind of pointing out the stuff to him to pull. And so, because there was like a little, like some grass a little bit in some of them, and, you know, just a couple like weeds and, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I know that on the 4th of July, like that kind of got picked out. But now though, because it is raining like crazy, even the weeds are like thriving right now. I mean, they do insanely well in drought. So you can imagine with all the rain we're getting, how well they're doing right now. So they, like, there's stuff in them that I just kind of want to, again, touch up and things like that. But I was thinking about it on Monday, and I was like, I'm not going to do it today, but I'll probably try and do it on Tuesday. And then it was raining yesterday, and it was raining all day today, and I was like, and then tomorrow's not supposed to rain, but it's going to be all wet and muddy and soggy outside. So I kind of don't really want to do it tomorrow either. So I'm like, I don't know though for sure if Friday it's supposed to rain or not, but I know because my dad was telling Jack, he's like, it's not supposed to rain on Thursday. He's like, so if you can try and mow the lawn on Thursday, because it's like the lawn now, I was telling you guys how, oh my goodness, it was looking horrible because it was so crispy and we hadn't gotten any rain. And it looked even worse too, because literally all the grass is like yellow, and the weeds though, like I was saying, still thrive. So now they stand out like a sore thumb among the yellow grass that we had outside for like close to a month. It was like that, where we literally had like no rain, and we were trying so hard to just water everything and, you know, keep everything, you know, like Jack was putting the sprinkler outside like every other day. The grass was just not having it. It wasn't enough, or, you know, again, whatever it was, the you know, again, the grass was just, it was not doing very well. And so now though, it's everything's back to being green, but the grass is just shot up like a cannon and needs to be, you know, like mowed and weed whacked and all that stuff. So yes, now you can't really tell where the weeds are in the lawn because the grass has covered it in nicely. And the funny thing is that there's not really a problem so much in the front yard, it's more the backyard, because we don't treat our backyard with anything just because of the dogs. But in the front yard, the only problem we have is in one kind of little patch in the front yard is we have like a thistle, like not thistle, but like sticker bushes kind of that pop up, and they're very much in one area, and they've started to spread into the flower bed as well. And so I get some bad ones in the flower bed, but just specifically kind of in one area, and then it's kind of in one area in the grass. So I think they're kind of like well, I think that they root themselves, and that's how they pop back up. But I think that they're kind of spreading from, either they started in the grass or they started in the bed, and now they're kind of going back and forth. So I like get one patch, you know, the stuff in the grass pulled out or whatever, and the stuff in the flower bed, you know, pops back up. And then it'll do the opposite. So I do have like a dandelion puller, which works the same for like those kind of like the thistle, or not thistle, but like the sticker bushes, because it works at pulling it from the root. So it's super nice. My aunt had one, but I liked hers because it was nice and small, and it just looks like two little prongs, and you just kind of like stick it underneath there and then wedge it up, and it pulls them out. And like I said, I loved hers because it was like a handheld one, so I could just do it while I was like pulling everything else out. The one we have is like a stand-up one, so you have to like, which is kind of nice because again too, I can do it in the lawn and I don't have to be on my hands and knees while I'm in the lawn. But like when I'm weeding the flower bed anyway, I'm already down on my hands and knees, like, you know, kind of just pulling, you know, again, weeds out or whatever. But I like using that. But since I don't have one like that, normally I just try and pull them out by hand. But I don't think it works very well trying to pull them out by hand, because again, they really need to be pulled out like much deeper. Like, I mean, it normally gets them very deep out Whereas again, when I pull them out, I'll get the root, but sometimes I feel like I don't get enough of it where it probably again ends up coming back. So like I said, I like ours. It works well. It's just I don't like using it, if that makes sense. I'd rather have the one, like I said, my aunt had. That was really cool, and it was this little handheld one instead of that other one. Because also too, that one makes my back hurt, because like I don't know if the pole's not tall enough, or like, but kind of like the pressure, the way you have to apply it, you know, kind of I have to like lean over more. It's almost more worth it to have one that's handheld, so that again, if I'm on the ground already, I can just pull them out that way instead of trying to do it standing up, because I don't have the right leverage. So I always end up like kind of again hurting my back when I do it. But the problem is that I have not been able to find one. Like even on Amazon, I have no clue where my aunt got one. The only ones I've ever seen are the stand-up ones, and like I said, I don't. The other thing too is that the prong on it seems a little bit smaller. Like my aunt's was bigger, so it like you could really get underneath there, whereas like this one that we have is like very, very small. Like it doesn't fit as much as like the other one was like a lot bigger. So it was a lot, and it like, you know, came more to like not to a point, but you know, like it kind of gradually got smaller, so you could really like kind of slice it in there and then pull them out. Again, I have not been able to find hers. Like I don't know if she got hers like a really long time ago, and that's why, and like they don't make them like that anymore. They just make the ones for again like you stand up to use them. But like I tried on Amazon, I know, one year, and I couldn't find anything like it, unless like I wasn't calling it the right thing, and like it's called something more specific than that, and that's why I couldn't find it. But like I said, I've not really even seen anything too, like even like we'll get like subscriptions to like, you know, garden magazine, you know, like catalogs and stuff like that, and like I've seen tools, but like nothing like that one. So again, I don't know. But anyways, I'm hoping to get out to the garden possibly at some point, but just haven't been able to with all the rain and, you know, thunderstorms and tornadoes and all that stuff as well. So but the thing is, guys, that it's actually very cool out today. It was fairly cool, but the problem is the humidity. And now the problem is that the air conditioning's not going on, because I think it's cool enough in the house, but it's very humid, and you can feel the humidity because it's like it feels sticky. But the air conditioning's not going on to kind of like combat the sticky, the like humid stickiness kind of, because it's not hot enough in the house. Like it's still cool, but my room specifically right now is just very, I feel very gross being in here right now. So I'm gonna go take a shower and get to bed, but I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see you over sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.